Hello, welcome to my channel. I want to give a little bit tips and tricks for the girls. If you're not a girl, you can stay. I just don't know how much the advice will apply to you, but girl, whatever works for you works for you. Today we're going to be talking about how to love yourself even when you're ugly and fat. No, I know. I'm not saying that being fat is ugly. Of course, right when I want to film, there's a lawnmower in the freaking bag. Anyways, ignore that. But I'm not saying that being fat makes you ugly. It doesn't. It's the way you feel about yourself that makes you ugly. Well, not that makes you ugly, but makes you feel ugly. You know? This is coming from someone who used to weigh about like 20 pounds heavier. I have been fat and ugly my whole life. I think the only time I've ever been skinny was like when I was like 5, probably. Now, I'm not saying that you losing weight and suddenly becoming skinny is gonna make you suddenly so attractive and that everybody's gonna want you and then you're never gonna have any life problems if you're skinny. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that your happiness comes from inside, okay? As cliche as it sounds, as annoying and cheesy as it sounds when people are like, "Oh, you have to start with self-love on the inside." It's the truth. It is the truth. I'm not saying that you're going to be this like perfect person when you lose weight and you're going to be skinny and you're going to be happy. No, because let's be honest, there are literally so many skinny mini girls that literally hate themselves. They hate the way they look. They hate that they're too bony. They still think they're fat. Somebody could literally be so skinny and in their head they can think they're fat. I'm not saying that, you're automatically beautiful if you're skinny or if you're fat. No, I'm talking about the inside. This is just some of my tips, advice, what helped me. Everybody is different. Different things work for different people. So take whatever applies. If something doesn't apply, don't get mad at me, okay? Like, this is just what worked for me. I'm not a professional. I'm just a 20-year-old girly girl who wants to help other girly girls who were in the same position as me, who never felt beautiful in their lives, who never felt worth anything. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was there at one point. High school, if people saw me now from high school, I don't think half the people would recognize me. I feel like a lot of people that I run into from high school would like not recognize me at all. The first thing you need to do, okay, if you want to love yourself and you're a little bit of a fatty, it's okay. If you're a little bit of a fatty and you want to be, a skinny, you have to love yourself. I know you're going to be like, well, that's why I clicked on this video. I don't know how to love myself. I'm going to tell you what worked for me. You have to love every single stage of your weight loss or whatever it is. If you feel ugly and fat, you have to love yourself in every stage. If you love yourself and you're fat or you're overweight, that's great. You're probably a baddie. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying for me, this is what helped me. I didn't feel good when I was fat, and that's fine. Everybody's entitled to look however they want. This video is for the girls who want to lose weight, who aren't happy with themselves, who feel ugly and don't feel good in their body. This video is for those girls. So the very first step is always the hardest, but this is, in my opinion, the most crucial one, is that you have to love yourself in every single stage. Every single stage. That includes if you are like 30, 40, 50, 60 pounds heavier than you would like to be, you have to love yourself at that stage as well. You have to love yourself when you're ugly, okay? Because nobody else will. That's the unfortunate circumstance, but you have to love yourself more than anybody else in the world. You have friends who love you. You have, your family. That's fine. But at the end of the day, the most important person that needs to love you is you. Okay, I'm sorry, it's the truth. Nobody else can love you for you. It's the truth. I don't care. Nobody can convince me otherwise. Nobody else can love you for you. You need to love yourself. You need to show up for yourself. You can't wait around for other people to show up for you. Nobody is going to show up for you if you don't show up for yourself. Do you understand? People treat you the way that you allow them to. So if you don't love yourself, if you don't think you're worth all this, if you don't think people deserve to love you and know you, nobody will. Nobody will. So you literally have to love yourself at every single stage. It's so hard. As somebody who has literally been fat their whole life, I'm still on my weight loss journey. It's always going to be a journey. But as somebody who has lost 20 pounds, this is the first time I've ever done it where I've loved myself through every stage and have stuck to my healthy habits because I show up for me. I love myself. I force myself to do this for me, not for anybody else. I don't do this for male validation. I don't do this for anybody else but me, because I do it because I love me. So, in high school, I was very miserable. I hated myself. I was overweight. I thought I was ugly. I thought I wasn't worth all this. I thought I wasn't worth anything, and that is simply not true. You have to shift your mentality about yourself. You have to shift the perception of yourself. Okay, so if you want to I want to be hotter, I want to lose 20 pounds, I want to, improve myself. If you want to improve yourself in any way, you have to love yourself at every stage. It's the truth. My second thing for you is how to love yourself is to be celibate. To be celibate. I don't care. If there is literally anything that you take from this video, is to be celibate. I'm not talking about for religious reasons. I'm not talking about for any other reason because men don't like women with high body counts. No, this is for you. Sorry for the background change. The sun is coming in and it's making me look weird and I just don't like it. Anyways, so being celibate, you literally have to be celibate. I don't care. If you do not love yourself, if you are somebody who, you crave that external validation, you think that, men liking you, women liking you is going to make you happy, is going to make you love yourself. It's not. It's not. Now, I'm not telling you, be celibate because, other men, whatever. I'm not talking about religious reasons, and I'm not talking about being celibate because, if you have a high body count, then men, no. That's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about if you don't love yourself, if you don't like the way your body looks, don't be running around having sex. Don't go looking for validation in places where you will not get them. You won't. I'm sorry. Let's be real, okay? Most of the time when you have sex, this is like from a woman's perspective, okay? When you have sex with a man and he was like, okay, well, that was great. You can leave now. Do you feel good about yourself? No, you don't. So let's not lie. Literally, sex will do nothing for you, especially casual sex. Are you kidding? Girl, casual sex? Come on. That's not doing anything for you. It's not doing anything for your mental health. It's not doing anything for your body image. And getting validation for what? For 5 seconds? No, come on. We respect ourselves more than that. We're not doing that. So celibacy is in for 2024. Casual hookups is out, okay? You are trying to better yourself. You are trying to get into the mindset that, I love myself. I love my body. I want to lose weight. Yeah, that's not going to happen with you having casual sex. It's not. Don't let men convince you otherwise. Don't let men sit up here and are like, what? No, of course, it's not. It's not going to make you feel good. Don't let men lie to you because they want sex, okay? Because men want that. Men want, what men want. Okay, so no, that's out. Celibacy on top. The third thing I want to talk about kind of ties in with the celibacy thing is stop looking for external validation. Enough with that. It literally isn't going to do anything for you. Yeah, okay, maybe momentarily, but listen, if you only base your worth off external validation, no, don't do that. That's literally not going to help you at all. Because what happens when all that external validation goes away in like 30, 40 years? I'm not saying that women don't have value in 30, 40 years, but it's like a known thing that, as you age, you're kind of more off the market. That's why I'm saying don't ever base anything off of external validation. You need to love yourself for you. You need to show up for you. Do you understand? You need to start doing things that make you happy. You need to start doing things that bring you happiness and bring you joy. So, for example, when I was losing weight, I didn't like my body and I didn't like my face, but I did like my eyebrows. I liked my hair. I liked my nose. I liked my eyelashes. I don't know. I like a lot about myself right now. So I don't know. But at the time, it's the little things that you find that you love about yourself. Find things that are unique to you, that you love about yourself. Because I can guarantee you there is at least one thing that you love about yourself. Okay? Physical appearance wise, there is always one thing that everybody loves about themselves. So you need to really focus in on that part. So instead of focusing in on, I hate my body, I'm too fat, my stomach's too big, I'm ugly. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to be focusing on the things that we love. So when we get up in the morning, we're going to be like, wait, I really like how my eyebrows look today, or my hair looks great today. Because we don't do that enough. We, especially as women, we tend to pick apart our appearances. We tend to think that, we have to be perfect, that everything needs to look good, our body, our face. No, we're human beings. Nothing is ever going to be perfect, and we don't need to be perfect. The only opinion that matters is the one of yourself, that you have of yourself. That is literally the only opinion that matters. So that's why I'm saying, do not base your self-worth or your self-love on external validation, because it will go away. It will go away one day. Whether you're 30 or 40, you're 50, let's say you don't get as many attention from guys, okay? Because, we know, okay? We're not going to start talking about what happens, the value that, society puts on women's looks, especially as they age. There's this whole myth of women's value going down as they age because their materialistic looks start to fade away. So we know that, right? So we want to invest in ourselves. We don't want to just invest in our appearance, because yes, you want to look good. Yes, you want to feel good about yourself, but that all starts from inside. Literally everything comes back to the point of liking yourself from the inside. And you know what? Even if, for example, if you're like, well, I still don't like anything about myself physically. Okay. So, but that's why you have other attributes to yourself, like your personality. Maybe you're very kind. Maybe you're very giving. Maybe you're very selfless. And I don't want to hear negative self-talk. I don't want to hear, well, I don't know. No. You have to literally talk about yourself to yourself. Talk about yourself to yourself as if you are the best thing that has grazed this earth, as if you are literally the best person you know. Because also think about it in this way. You literally wouldn't talk to the people you love, the women in your lives that you love, your mother, your best friend, your sister, your little cousin, your older cousin, your grandmother. You literally wouldn't talk to those women the same way that you speak to yourself. So why are you so kind to everyone but yourself? You have to learn to speak about yourself in a high manner, okay? Again, people only treat you as good as you treat yourself. So what are we going to do? You have to literally think of yourself as the most beautiful person in the world, body-wise, face-wise, inside too. Inside literally matters. The way you feel about yourself from the inside is such a big reflection of your outside. So that's what I'm saying, is that, even people who are heavier than you, people who are bigger than you, they are beautiful. Why? Because they know themselves. They know who they are inside. They think that they're the best person ever, and that's exactly how everyone should be. You should think that you are the best person ever, because if you don't, then nobody else will. It's the truth. My fourth thing is to work out. You have to work out. I'm not saying you have to do these intense workouts where you're doing HIIT cardio, going to the gym 5 times a week, lifting heavy weights, because I did that. I lifted heavy weights like consistently for maybe 3 months and didn't lose any weight. I was stressed. My body was in so much pain. It literally did nothing but stress me out, feel even worse about myself, because I'm setting these unrealistic expectations and goals on myself, being like, well, why can't I? Because everybody's different. Everybody's body is different. So you have to find something that is not necessarily a workout, but it's either an activity it's either an activity that you do outside or something you do inside. It doesn't matter as long as it makes you move. Another really, really big tip that helped me is to take care of yourself. I don't care if you feel fat. I don't care if you feel ugly. The reason you probably feel like that is because you probably go out in sweatpants. You probably leave the house with a messy bun, no makeup, no mascara, no lip gloss, nothing. Nothing that makes you feel cute. That's probably why, because you're leaving the house in Crocs. Hello? I literally, okay, my sister used to tell me all the freaking time. She's like, don't leave the house dressed like a bum, da da da. Because every time I would literally leave the house, I would wear some dusty sweatpants, some dusty oversized sweater that made me look bigger, no makeup, my hair was greasy, whether it was in a bun or a slick back ponytail, whatever it was, it looked disgusting, okay? I looked awful. I'm gonna try to find some photos if I can. I'm gonna put them in. But you have to, even if you don't feel it, you have to try to make yourself pretty. If you don't wear makeup, don't force yourself to wear makeup. That's fine. I'm not saying that you need makeup. But a little bit of lip gloss or even a little bit of lip balm and, having nice, clean hair will make the biggest difference. It will do so much for your confidence. I was also someone who thought that, like, because I was fat, that I didn't deserve to wear nice clothes. That's not true. Wear whatever the hell you want as long as you're comfortable in it and it makes you feel good. I'm not saying you have to look glammed up every single day. That's not what I'm saying. But don't leave the house every day in sweatpants and then you're like, oh, I'm ugly. Yeah, because you're leaving the house every single day in sweatpants. What do you expect? You know what I mean? Of course, you're gonna feel ugly if you leave the house in sweatpants every single day. Hello. Like, make it make sense. Stop wearing Crocs. If you want to be comfortable, wear sneakers. You don't have to wear heels all the time, okay? Heels are fun. Me personally, I just started wearing heels more often and it's the best decision I've ever made. Of course, do whatever you're comfortable with. If you don't like heels, wear sneakers. All I'm saying is invest in your style, invest in the way you look. Don't leave the house looking dirty and dusty and raggedy because if you look dirty and dusty, other people will perceive you as dirty and dusty. Okay? So, if you do all these little things, you start being more active, you start caring more about your nutrition. Oh, for calories. Okay, I don't count calories. I don't think it helps me. However, if you struggle, you're eating maybe like 2 things a day and you're like, "Oh, why am I still not losing weight?" It's one of 2 things or both. It's either that you are eating things that are high in calories, but they're not very filling. You'll get hungry within like the hour or maybe even right after you eat it. Let's say you're like, "Oh my God, but I only eat 2 things." It's either that you are probably eating, it's either probably that you're eating things that are not filling, but they're super high in calories. And so you're like, well, why am I not losing weight? It's because you're eating things that are not filling for you. You're eating things that aren't filling, and then there's so many calories in it, and then you just eat more and more calories. Or you're not eating enough. If you're not eating enough, your body goes into this like starvation mode and it holds on to fat, and that's why you're not losing weight. So to everybody, it's different. That's why you have to do your own research. I'm not going to talk about it in this video, but I'm just saying those are some of the things that helped me. I hope you at least found one thing useful in the video. If you didn't, I'm sorry. That's just what worked for me. This is just the advice that I believe in. What worked for me, what worked for my other friends. I'm sorry. That's the only way I know to help. I also want to say if you're in middle school or high school and you're fat or, you're not considered conventionally attractive, don't feel bad about it. And you should know that, you deserve kindness. You deserve human decency. You deserve love. You're worth every single thing. Even if you're fat, even if you're ugly, okay? You deserve respect as a human being. So don't let anybody make you feel any less. Even if you're fat, even if you're ugly, don't make anybody ever make you feel like you're nothing, because you aren't. You're something and you are somebody and you're a person. If you stick around till the end, I appreciate it. I hope you liked me. Hopefully you didn't hate watch, and if you hate watched, girl, me too, because I'm a hater too sometimes, but no, we're trying to be positive. But yeah, anyways.